Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's episode of BattleTech Simplified. I'm Michael Schockman, I'll be your host and commentator, and in today's episode we will be covering one of the most well-known assault mechs of the Starleague Defense Force, and my personal favorite assault mech. Today we'll be covering the Highlander. The Highlander, as is stated before, is one of the most well-known Starleague Defense Force era assault mechs, serving it with distinction for almost 2 centuries since first entering service in 2592. Initially designed as a dedicated city and installation defender, the original model featured a variety of weaponry along with 15.5 tons of ferrofibrous armor, but perhaps its most useful asset were the 3 Hildcode jump jets, giving it a jumping range of 90 meters. The heaviest mech design to feature jump jets at the time, their original task was to allow the Highlander to jump over inconvenient obstacles such as buildings and outpace other mechs with a faster ground speed. But because of this increased mobility its versatile weaponry, the Highlander proved to be a capable fighter on any battlefield, and within decades, nearly every battle mech regiment of the regular and royal armies featured them. However, it was during the design's initial trial runs that pilots began using these mechs in what would infamously become known as the Highlander burial. Leaping into the air and landing directly on their enemy, a Highlander could literally drive a light mech into the ground. Le fly, le squish. Sorry guys. So successful was this maneuver that the design team reimagined the legs, re-engineered the legs to withstand repeated death from above attacks, and turned what had been a desperation move into an art form, giving Highlander pilots an additional psychological edge. As with other Starleague-era designs, the Highlander would suffer the loss of technology brought about by the Succession Wars, and when Starcore's factory on Sanhoa was devastated towards the end of the Second Succession War, the original HGN 732 became virtually extinct. An agreement between Starcore and Hollis Incorporated to rebuild destroyed chassis from scratch using readily available technology kept the line going until the mid-3030s, when limited production was restarted by Starcore on Sanhoa and Kori, producing barely a dozen new mechs per year. This HGN 733 Highlanders were used in small numbers by the Capellan Confederation and Lyran Commonwealth, commonly as part of lances containing exterminators, victors, grasshoppers, and catapults. Unbeknownst to many, Comstar had also maintained a large stock of Highlanders left over from the Starleague era, some of which they gifted to the Draconis Combine during the War of 3039. The appearance of so many seemingly rare 733s, along with the few 732s whose advanced technology managed to slip through Comstar screening, had a large impact on Lyran morale during the conflict. Though Comstar would also use the design in their own military forces, the Comguards, and even during the clan invasion, a few original 732s would take to the field as part of the clan's fighting forces. The Northwind Highlanders especially favored this namesake battle mech, in fact, during the Succession Wars, they were the only Intersphere army to keep a large number of them operational, along with Comstar. The Highlanders are specifically skilled in delivering the famed Highlander burial maneuver. By 3057, Starcore's Sanhoa line was at full production, producing brand new original spec Highlanders for Lyran units and the Federated Commonwealth, just in time to take part in the FedCom Civil War. Highlanders would continue to be produced all the way through to the Jihad, where advanced variants fought both for and against the Word of Blake. Sorry about that, guys. The Highlander carries a weapons mix that is more at home when fighting a ranged battle. But when the range is close, the Highlander has the right equipment for the job. The primary is an M7 Gauss rifle that is capable of stripping armor off of an enemy a ton at a time. The Gauss is backed up at long ranges by a Holly 20 LRM-20 launcher. For close range work, in addition, it carries two Harman Star class medium lasers and a Holly 6 SRM-6 launcher. 2 tons of ammo for the Gauss rifle, LRM, and SRM launchers each provide good endurance, while the use of case grants added protection. Low heat buildup from the weapons allows for nearly continuous barrage without taxing the 12 heat sinks, though pilots must still exhibit caution. As for my personal feelings on the Highlander, ladies and gentlemen, like I said at the beginning of the video, this is absolutely my favorite assault mech, if not my favorite mech in the entire game. It is just a little bit about me. I am Scottish by heritage and by my heritage, and I am proud of my Scottish heritage. I know all about my Scottish clan family and everything like that. I was gifted and lucky enough and blessed enough to find my family. My mom was adopted, and that's where I get most of my Scottish heritage from. And we found our family about a decade ago, and as that's part of stuff, seeing a mech inside of this game that just embodies that just amazing resistance type mentality of ancient Scotland just fills me with so much pride, and is one of the big reasons why I love this battle mech. Plus, it kicks ass and it takes names, so that doesn't hurt either. Thank you so much, folks, for joining me on today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed. Stay tuned for next week when we cover the 95-ton weight bracket and the mech therein. If you haven't already, please consider liking the video as well as subscribing. Also, if you want to see more of this content, please be sure to ring the bell icon. Make sure that it's rung. YouTube has been having some issues lately where it will just randomly unring that bell, so make sure it's rung so you never miss an episode. I'm Michael Shockman. I've been your host and commentator, and remember, folks, no guts, no galaxy. Later, everybody.